There's a term in psychology for a specific kind of restlessness that happens almost exclusively in people with high intelligence. It doesn't look like being the smartest person in the room. It looks like avoiding the thing that matters most and never quite feeling at home, even in rooms full of people. Psychologists call it stimulus poverty, and by the end of this, you'll understand why none of this means something is wrong with you. Start with something simple. You'd rather spend an evening alone with your own thoughts than at a crowded gathering, and it has nothing to do with disliking people. Here's why. Your mind is already running multiple things at once. Being around people adds another layer. Reading tone, body language, the undercurrent of a room. That's not relaxing. That's more work. Quiet isn't where your brain shuts down. It's the only place it gets to stretch out completely. But this same restlessness shows up somewhere far less comfortable. Most people's minds slow down at rest. Yours doesn't. You're lying in bed, replaying a conversation from Tuesday, solving a problem nobody asked you to solve, building a theory about something completely unrelated to your day. Your brain isn't just fast. It's making connections between ideas most people would never even think to put together. That's not malfunctioning at 3 a.m. It's just your brain doing what it always does, except now, nothing else is competing for its attention. But all that activity doesn't always turn into progress. In fact, it often builds a wall right in front of the projects you care about most. Small tasks get done easily. The big project, the one that could actually matter, sits untouched for weeks. This isn't laziness. Before you even begin, your mind can already see the entire shape of what done well would require. Every gap, every flaw the finished version might have. You're not avoiding the work. You're seeing it too clearly, too early. The work that never starts is almost always the work that matters most. There's a flip side to this. What happens after something finally captures your attention? You get completely absorbed in something. For a while, it's everything. Then, weeks later, it barely registers. Not because it changed, because you did. Here's what's happening. Your brain gets a spark from what's new. New angles, new connections, new ways of seeing something. That spark is the fuel. Once something becomes familiar, the spark fades, quietly, before you even notice. This is why highly intelligent people change interests or directions more than most. The brain isn't bored. It's still searching. That search runs into a specific wall, though. Other people. You've had this experience. A conversation that should feel engaging, but leaves you feeling flat afterward. Not because the other person did anything wrong. It's because the conversation didn't go anywhere. You're talking about the weather, and your mind is already 5 steps ahead, wondering why we even talk about the weather in the first place. This is stimulus poverty. A mind that can't find enough depth in its environment to feel fully engaged. Not arrogance, closer to hunger. Over time, that gap adds up to something bigger. A quiet sense of being slightly out of sync. Not dramatic, just a little off in rooms where everyone else seems at ease. That feeling isn't a flaw. It's the natural result of experiencing the world at a different resolution than the people around you. Every trait here, on its own, can look like a problem. Antisocial. Can't sleep. Can't commit. Doesn't fit in. But together, they're not flaws. They're a mind built to process more than most environments were built to give it. That's not broken. That's just the operating system you were given. Which one hit closest to home? Tell me in the comments. If this explains something about how your mind works, hit like and subscribe if you want more of this. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you in the next one.